Junior Senior.
G'day YouTubers, it's Senior here from Junior Senior Gaming, and today we're having a look at the Peterbilt 351, and this is by Jawa and Stas 556 and Smith. Now, I couldn't let this week go without putting in an old school American truck. Now, I know that we've actually done this truck before, but I'm going to quickly race through it because I think it is definitely worthy of going into the choice for this week's for the challenge that we're doing this week. And if you don't know about the challenge, well, the challenge is that we have to have an old school truck, a very old truck, well, as old as we can get, underpowered, and we have to carry the biggest load. Okay, so we've had a lot of suggestions with a baobab tree, farming machinery, and there was even, some other things in there as well. So look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this one in because I couldn't pass it up because I love the old school American trucks. So look, this is it here, and we just have a quick look. The detail in this is absolutely brilliant. I love it. It's one of my favorite Peterbilt trucks. As you can see, that looks very detailed. So look, let's get into it because there's a lot to cover with this one. So first of all, we have the actual cabin itself. There is only one to choose from. Now, we also go to the chassis. There is two. There's the 6x4A and the 4x2. With this one, I'm going to pick the 4x2. Now, for the engine-wise, I have to go the most underpowered engine, which will be the 370, but you can actually choose all the way from the 400, 450, 500, 600, 550. So you can see that there's like CAT, ISX engines in there. There's DD. See, there's a few different engines to choose from. So let's move on. So we have gearboxes. So with this one, there was no parameter set for gearboxes. So what I would like to do is choose something with a lot of gears so that I can actually get somewhere. But with this mod, you can actually get the 6-speed retarder, 10-speed retarder, 14-speed, and the 18. So 18 speed is what I think I would like with this one. That way I can at least get started. Because as you know, for those of you who don't drive trucks, if you have 6-speed and you're carrying a heavy load, it will never get going. It's just the gear ratio just won't work. So higher the gears, the better gear ratio, the bigger load you can carry. Generally, that's how it goes anyway. Now this here is the actual interior. Now I'm not sure why the boys have done this, because we've got here this one which changes the interior, and that one. So there's the actual classic type looking one, and then there is a sort of this one as well. So there's two different actual factual dashes that this model had. But if we have a look, I don't know if you can see here, but we'll have a look in the mirror just here. Now if we flick to the next one, it changes in the back. So we go on the outside and that changes. So I don't know why they did it that way, but that's how it's been done. And for the third one there, we actually get a little sleeper cab on the back there. So, and that is the same for this one. Changes the dash, but as you can see, also changes the back part as well, which is a little deflector sort of cage thing to stop anything hitting the back of the truck. There is the actual sleeper on the back, as you can see. So look, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put the sleeper on there, that one there, and the sleeper. And right, so we go off to color. Now with the color, let's see, I think I'll choose the color later. I'll leave it as the blue for now, and we'll have a look at it later when we go and look at the service center. Now the options, there are a heap of options here. If we go to the wheels, we have a look. You get the P351 in chrome, so you can have a look there, and there is the P351, just the standard sort of wheels there, and then you get America. which is nice chrome, baby. And then you get the standard ones on there, which not really. I think that this one here, it's either be that one or that one. I'm going to put the chrome on there, and I think that's actually, I think the chrome looks really nice. So the P351 chrome is what we're going to put on today. Now, for the actual bull bars, we can have a look. There's got the one there with the bumper guides. There's an old school type bumper. Then we have that one there, and there's that one. I'm going to leave that one on there. I like that one. Big, scary bumper. Now, that is an actual shield on the front there. I'm not sure what that is used for, but it's there anyway. So I'm going to take that off. Don't like it. Then we have mirrors. I need as many mirrors as I can get because I need to see what I'm doing. On the... oh no, that's right, doesn't have that. That one there's on the interior. That one's on the interior. That's it, that is as well, and that one is as well, I'm pretty sure. So now, oh, there we go, that's the exhaust. So it starts with that one there, have that one, or that one. So you can make this into a real rusty old truck as well. So look, I'm going to, is that really rusty? I want to make this look nice and chromy sort of looking. I think that one there was what we'll use. I like that. Then the mirrors are basically just chrome is all you get with that. We had a look at that one. Oh yeah, that's the cage. You can actually put like a cage on the back there as an extra, but I think what I'll do is I'll take that straight off. Now for the back here, which is fenders, a little bit of rubber that goes there on the fenders, as you can see up the back here. That, you know, a little bit of rubber so mud doesn't flick up, I guess. Then we come up to the actual roof. Now I apologize if I do miss anything here, but there is a lot to cover. And then we go over to, so we put some horns on the roof. You can do horns or lights, whichever you want. Then on the top there, it adds like a little air conditioning unit if you want. I don't particularly like that, so I'll just take it off. Then up top here we can have like a little wind deflector, and there's an old school one there as well. Again, I'm going to take that one off. Don't particularly like that. I think that is pretty much it here for the outside. Did we get that? Yeah, we got that one. Yes. Right, so let's go on the inside. Now there's the mirrors on the outside. The mirrors over there. Now that there was the bumper. Now in here you can actually put in a medical bag if you need, you know, like a first aid kit. And then on the seat you can actually put a shotgun. So after you've shot somebody, you can then repair them with the first aid kit. Pretty cool, so I'm going to chuck that in there. I like that idea. Then we can put a CB in there. Even though there is one up there, we can put another one there as well. Now that there is a big megaphone. I do not know why you would have that inside the truck. It would be deafening. Be terrible. And there is the mirror on that side as well. So that is the interior, guys. I mean, I think that it actually looks absolutely brilliant. You know, the work that they've done in here. And look, there's a little plaque there that says how much you can rev the truck and that sort of thing. So look, let's confirm this, and then we will do a trade-in. Yes, please. And then we'll take a look on the outside. Okay, so on the outside, what can we see is if in holes, any big major holes? I seriously doubt it with these boys. They always do their very best. But that just looks absolutely magnificent. Look at this. That is absolutely wonderful. Now I'm just gonna cut this short because there we go. What I want to do, we've actually, oh, there we go, that's it, on the outside. So that's what the truck looks like on the outside. That looks absolutely brilliant. And I couldn't have done, I really thought to myself, I can't do this challenge without an old American truck. And this is the oldest one I can find. and it looks absolutely brilliant. So let's start her up and see what it sounds like. That is very nice. I love that sound. Now, as I said, I know I've done this before. I know exactly what this has and hasn't got. So I knew it had custom sounds, and I knew it had all this other stuff as well. So let's go take it for a drive. If I push the right buttons, that'll help. Pop it into gear, and as you can hear the actual sounds of that truck, it sounds wonderful. So now we need to go over to the service center. Oops, indicators. Now, this drives, I know this drives really well, because I've driven this before in a weekly drive, and done a fair few things with this before, so I know it drives well. And if you'd like, you can actually check out those other ones. Just do a search. Go on the page, and I'm pretty sure you can do a search there, so just type in Junior Senior and then type in Peterbilt 351, and it'll bring up all of the ones that we've done for it. So but as you can see, it is scooting around quite well. Steering is nice and light. Brakes work really good in this. They really need to for me. Now, in the interior, it looks really good. I know it's a bit of an older one now, and it's been almost a year since I've seen this one. Well, getting close to like 10 months since I've actually had a look. It was one of the first ones I looked at. Well, not one of the first ones, but you know, a very earlier one that I had a look at. Now, in here, we'll just go into the actual service center. I would like to have a look at the extra bits and pieces. Listen to those air brake sounds. Awesome. Right. So, just quickly in here in the upgrades, nothing really special in the upgrades that we have here, but no, see, there's nothing at all extra. So that's it. Bail out of there really quickly, and then we go to the paint shop. Now, I think the only thing we could do was a custom metallic, and that worked really well last time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a nice silver to make it look like an old school workhorse truck. So there we go. That's what I'm going to choose there. Confirm the order. And there we go. So look, other than that, there was the custom metallics, but other than that, it was just the standard. Right. So we'll spin this around and put it into the sun. And then we'll go on the outside. And there we have it, guys. So look, this is the actual Peterbilt 351 by Jawa, Stas 556 and Smith. This is an awesome truck, and I could not go by without submitting this for the actual challenge this week. So if you like this truck and you want to see this in the actual challenge that we have going for this week, then comment down below, yes, for I would like to see this, no, I don't want to see this, in the comments below. Also, if you have a load that you would like me to carry, then put that down below as well. So a lot of people have been saying baobab tree, some people have been saying farming machinery. There's a few different things that have been going in there, so make sure that you comment below, guys, because your feedback is very important, because these weekly drives are up to you what I drive. Alright, so look, also if you like this video, then don't forget to share, because sharing is caring. It's very important, guys. And look, thank you very much. Keep the shiny side up and the greasy side down, and I'm 1010 on the side, and remember, game on! Thanks for watching, YouTubers. If you'd like to see more videos, then click on the links the side. Just over here, we take a look at the latest downloadable content for Euro Truck Simulator 2, the Russian Paint Jobs pack. Just below that, we take a look at the weekly drive, where we go from temp air to just, look, I can't say it, whatever, we go for a weekly drive. And if you'd like to visit our website, or you'd like to subscribe, then click on the links below. Thanks again for watching, YouTubers, and remember, game on!